Hey, come on. Great afternoon, everybody. And welcome to Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavonna Whitehead. And it's always my privilege, my honor, and my pleasure to come and join you here on Tuesdays. Come on, as you're coming in the room, say hello. As you're coming in the room, say hello. I am back after an amazing 4 week sabbatical. Hey, Pumpkin. Daughter girl, how are you? Hey, Latanya, how are you? Listen, I am back and I am super excited. I'm well rested, I'm refreshed, and I'm ready. Hey, Nay. Listen, it's been an amazing time off, but I'm ready to get back to it. Hey, Nella. Hey, Melissa. I'm ready to get back to it. I have thoroughly missed you all. I've thoroughly missed you all. And so, listen, I don't know if you actually saw my topic for today, but it was finish well. Finish well. As I've been really refreshing and kind of meditating these last few weeks, it's been heavy on my heart. I'm hearing the hearts of God's people and hearing the hearts of people that are frustrated, that don't feel like, hey, D, that don't feel like they can finish. They feel like that we're in September. We're almost at the end of the third quarter, about to enter the fourth quarter. And some of us, really, the truth be told, some of us are actually struggling trying to figure out whether or not we're going to be able to finish what we've been assigned to our hands. Some of us, if we are honest, are really struggling because it seemed like the year started off real high and the year started off in high gear. And it seems like here we are in the ninth month of the year. And some of us are really struggling and really are asking God, how do I finish what you gave me for this year? There are some things I know you assigned to my hand. There are some things I know you told me to do, but it looks like in the ninth month, it looks like it ain't happening. And I came by to encourage somebody today. Finish well. Finish well. I don't care what you got to do. Finish well. And what do you mean by finish well, Dr. Vaughn? You can't finish with an attitude. Come on here, somebody. You can't finish with fear in you. You can't finish talking bad about where you are. You can't finish despising your journey. Come on here. You cannot finish well and actually talk bad of the process that got you here. You cannot finish well because of the simple fact the journey took another turn that you were not expecting. You cannot finish well if everything you speak is negative about your own journey. Oftentimes, we're always focused on what everybody else has to say about our journey. But my question is, what do you have to say about your journey? We're not waiting for anybody to validate us. We're not waiting for anybody to sanction us. We're not waiting for anybody to tell us what to do. We are in this place now. This is the year of the personal. Come on here, somebody. I said, this is the year of the personal. Yes, it's hard sometimes, Malcolm. Listen, this is the year of the personal. What do you mean, Dr. Vaughn? It's personal. I am not asking you whether or not I can finish well. Come on here. I am not asking you whether or not I have the ability to finish well. I am actually searching with inside of me. Why? Because this healed version of me, I fought too hard to get to worry about whether or not you think I can finish. It's no longer that I am going to be boxed into the conceptualized mind frame of somebody who thinks that they control whether or not I finish well. You don't dictate whether or not I finish well. It's my determination. It's my perseverance. It's my resilience. It's my focus. It's my dedication that allows me to finish well. Listen, I'm not saying that it doesn't get difficult. I'm not saying that it gets easy. I'm not saying that it's going to be a flowery bed of ease. And I'm not saying you will have everybody on your bandwagon. Sometime the biggest thing you're going to have to do is do it alone. I can't hear nobody but God. I said the biggest thing you're going to have to learn how to do is do it alone. What can you encourage yourself that you can get to the finish line when ain't nobody talking to you but you? Okay, I'm well rested. Can you actually commit to finish well when ain't nobody encouraging you but you? Or have you become so accustomed that you can only keep going when somebody else is cheering you on? This is the year of the personal. Somebody need to type that in the chat. This is the year of the personal. What do you mean, Dr. Vaughn? It's the year of my personal healing. It's the year of my personal victory. It's the year of my personal debt freedom. It's the year of my personal overcoming. It's the year of my personal vision. It's the year of my personal birthing. It's the year of my personal evolving. This is the year that I have committed to me. I've given all of these other years to everybody else, and I still came out wounded. I still came out broken. I still came out weary. I still came out fractured. This is the year of the personal. What is it personal? It's a personal year where I am examining me and I am committing. I don't care if I got to roll over the finish line, I'm getting over it. I don't care if I got to crawl over the finish line, I'm getting over it. I don't care if I got to scoot over the finish line, I'm getting over it. Why? Because this is the year of the personal. I committed this year to me. I committed this year to allowing God to do it in me. I've spoken well over so many people for so many years, but this year I committed to doing this for me. Okay, come on. All right, all right, all right. I got a few things I want to drop on you. That have been resonating on me when we're talking about finish well. Finish well sometimes mean you got to commit the less. Oh God. Finishing well sometimes mean you got to commit to less. What does that mean? That means sometimes you got to prioritize what you're working on and learn how to do it piece by piece. Some of you can't finish well because you're trying to do it all at the same time. Oh, come on here. I said some of you can't finish well because you're trying to do it all at the same time. Sometimes you got to commit to less. I know that what God showed you. I know that he gave you a whole lot. But what you have to understand is just because God showed you the whole vision don't mean that the whole vision was supposed to manifest this year. Come on here. Just because he showed you the whole vision does not mean that the whole vision was supposed to manifest this year. And some of you are putting unrealistic expectations on yourself, and that's why you're struggling in the 9th month. So you got to commit to less. Have you actually taken the time to figure out what you're supposed to be doing right now? Not the whole journey, but what am I supposed to be doing right now? Come on here. Somebody needs to say, I got it. God, what am I supposed to do right now? God, what am I supposed to do right now? Right now. In this 9th month, before September the 30th, God, what am I supposed to do right now? Oh, come on here. You have to get to a place where you understand your capacity. Oh, come on here, God. You got to understand your capacity. And this the thing. You are sometime wearing yourself out. FYI, sometime you wearing yourself out. Because you done put 15 things on your plate to do by December the 31st, knowing that God only told you to do 2 this year. Oh, okay. All right. Let me go a little bit further. You gotta avoid getting stuck. Oh, and I know some of you probably saying, Dr. Vaughn, how in the world can I avoid being stuck? You don't understand. You don't understand where you don't understand where I am. You don't understand what I'm dealing with. How can you tell me not to get stuck? How can you tell me not to get stuck where I am? I'm telling you this because the only way, I preached a message a couple of weeks ago, the only way to get to the table is to keep walking through the valley. So you cannot get to where you need to be if you get stuck where you are. And many of us have gotten so complacent because by now we thought we would be further. And because we thought we would be further, we've become our own agitators. We've become our own judgments. We have become our own boxes. We have actually begun to beat our own selves up because we think we're supposed to be further. And because we're not, we have become stuck where we are. Instead of understanding the only way we can't get excited about the table that he's prepared if we get stuck in the middle of the valley. I don't care if I only take one step. I got to keep moving. Whether or not I take 1 or 5, I cannot get stuck here. Somebody should type that in the comments. I cannot get stuck here. Come on. Type it right in the comments. I cannot get stuck here. I cannot get stuck here. I cannot get stuck here. No. I can't get stuck here. Why? Because here was only supposed, oh my God, I love you today. Here was only supposed to teach me something. Here was not supposed to keep me planted. I can't hit nobody but God. I said, here was only supposed to teach me something. Here was not supposed to get me planted. Let me say it one more time. Here was only supposed to teach me something. Here was not supposed to get me planted. And the problem with many of us is because we are actually allowing our here place to be our planted place. Come on here. This ain't my planted place. This is a part of my journey that is actually teaching me to get to where I need to be. Oh, help me go. Oh, God. Okay. Okay. In order for me not to get stuck, I have to know who I am and be realistic with my capacity on this portion of the journey. Again, in order for me not to get stuck, I have to be realistic with who I am and where I am on my journey. If I am not realistic, then I will get stuck because I'm expecting something out of me that I can't give. God, I said, I'm expecting something out of me that I cannot give. And so, because if I know me, this is why you got to spend time with yourself. If I know me and I know my capacity and I know the realistic side of the journey that I'm on, then I am not trying to put too much on me. So, therefore, I don't feel weighted down and get stuck with a place that was supposed to be a through place. I was only supposed to go through here. I wasn't supposed to stay here. And some of you have been in a place called here way too long. Come on here. I said, some of you have been in a place called here way too long. Come on, tell somebody, I've been here way too long. I've been a place called here way too long. I've been in this place called here way too long. God almighty. So here's the thing. Once I'm realistic with myself, now I have to actually move. I have to move. I can't hear nobody. I actually have to move. Jesus. Because in order for me not to get stuck, I have to have movement. The word stuck signifies that something is stagnant or something is stationary. In order for me to get where I need to be, there has to be movement. So in order for me not to be stuck, the next thing I have to do is make a step in movement. So what will you do today to help you move? What will you do today to help you shift? What will you do today to get you in the right direction? Come on here. I can't. What will you do today? Mind you, I'm not asking you for 10 steps. I'm asking you for one movement. What will you do today for you to keep you moving toward your destiny? Help me, Holy Ghost. And then, oh God, I don't want to get stuck here. This is my first day back. I don't want to get stuck. Then here's the next thing. And this gonna make me get stuck right here. Stop saying you don't have the time. I'm gonna park here for a moment. Stop saying you don't have the time to do what's needed for you. I talked to somebody the other day who told me they didn't have the time to do the research they needed for the vision that God gave them. But I asked them a simple question, and this may be an ouch for some of you. I asked them a simple question. Throughout the day, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, approximately how long do you spend scrolling through Facebook or any type of social media? I asked this individual about how long do you spend scrolling through the various social medias, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever it is. How often do you spend scrolling through social media? This individual said, well, I never took the time. Well, let me think about it. And they started talking about the time. And as they was talking, I started adding up their time. This individual, over the course of 30 minutes here, 15 minutes here, this, that, and third, this individual in one day spends a total of 4 hours scrolling through Facebook, accumulation of the day. 4 hours, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes here, lunch hour here, another half an hour here. 4 hours. Tell me why you can't give 2 of those hours to you. Okay, I can't hear nobody. Why can't you give 2 of those hours and dedicate it? Half of that to your meditation with God so he can reveal to you what you wanted to do, and the other half of that actually implementing and actually doing the work you need to do for you. But we will say we don't have the time. We will say We can't find the time to do it. We will say we don't have the time to put in the work. We will say we don't have the time to take the class. We will say we don't have the time to pray. We will say we don't have the time to read the scriptures. We will say we don't have the time to study. We will say we don't have the time to read. Okay, okay, okay. We will say all of this. But if you begin to factor the 15 minutes you hear, 20 minutes here, if you begin to factor how much time you actually have wasted, come on here. You have literally wasted. You've wasted. But you tell me you cannot. You say, I don't have time. I don't have time to work on me. I don't have time to work on my vision. I don't have time to work on my dream. I don't have time to work on my credit. I don't have time to study. We say all of this, but we give everything that doesn't breed or doesn't feed us a lot of our time. Come on, somebody needs to. I am no longer feeding what don't feed me. God almighty, hallelujah to God. Come on, somebody needs to say it. I'm no longer feeding what don't feed me. Or better yet, I'm no longer eating what does not feed me. Because you're chewing on and reading and ingesting all of these social medias, but it ain't enhancing you. It's not giving you any nourishment. It's not feeding you. It's not enhancing you. But you will say you don't have time for that which will. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. But listen to this, when you find out your why, it will excite you in such a way that you will invest what you need in you. When you find out your why, you will no longer say, I don't have time. Because my why is a part of me. And I cannot make my why malnutrition. I got to feed my why. Come on. I got to feed my why. So what are you saying, Dr. Vaughn? So I can't say I don't have time to nourish me. Okay. All right. Here's the next thing. You got to eliminate the obstacles. Some of you see the roadblocks and you allow the roadblocks to stay there. Eliminate the obstacles. Some of you see your obstacles and you make excuses while those obstacles got to stay there. I'm about to get in tough water. Some of you know that some people are your obstacles, but you keep them connected. Some of you know some activities that you partake in are your obstacles, but you still do them. Some of you know that social media is your obstacle, but you haven't created a healthy capacity for it. Some of you know some of the things you indulge in are your obstacles, and that's what keeps hindering you, but you keep doing them. Ah, God. So when we're talking about finishing well, you got to eliminate the obstacles, which means sometimes you got to sacrifice. You got to be willing to sacrifice to finish. Come on here. Somebody got to say, you got to be willing to sacrifice to finish. Come on here. Why are you saying that, Dr. Vaughn? Because you cannot know that this relationship or this friendship is a hindrance, but then you talking about that you can't finish well. If you know that that's your hindrance, then you got to cut the cord so you can finish what you need to finish. If you know that some of the activities that you're indulging in, maybe you have to learn how to say no. Maybe you can't go to the event. Maybe you can't partake in the activities. Maybe you can't partake in the spirits. Maybe you can't partake in the conversation. Because tell somebody, sometimes mere conversations can be obstacles. I can't hear nobody but God. Sometimes mere conversations can be obstacles. Come on here. I'm trying to help somebody. Sometimes mere conversations can be obstacles. You got to learn how to eliminate your obstacles. You cannot see that obstacle and just settle for that obstacle. You cannot just see the obstacle and then settle for the obstacle. No, I have a finish line I'm trying to get to, and I refuse to allow an obstacle to hinder me from there. So I got to eliminate the obstacle. That means I got to change my conversation. That means I got to change some of the things that I'm doing. That means sometimes I got to change the people I'm hanging around. It ain't nothing personal. I got a finish line I got to get to. Case in point, let me paint the picture for you. If you're talking about an athlete that's in a track star, and there are certain things they got to eliminate. Oh, help me, thank you, God. They have to eliminate out of their diet so that they can be physically fit to run the marathon or to run the sprint to get to the finish line. This track and track and field, they can't eat everything. So they have to eliminate the obstacles, which means if you eating a whole bunch of junk and fast food, they can't be around you because that's not what they got. Oh, come on. That's not what they can partake in. That's not what they can indulge in. So they have to eliminate that obstacle because they have a finish line in mind, and what you're doing ain't going is not feeding them. What you're doing is not enhancing them. So they got to get past that. Come on here, Holy Ghost. Not just that, they have a certain level of exercise and a certain regimen of training that they have to do. So, which means they have to eliminate the obstacle of distractions from activities because I got to sacrifice going to have fun with you because I got to train because I got somewhere I need to be. Come on here. Are you willing to sacrifice for where you need to be? Oh my God. Are you willing to sacrifice for where you need to be? Mm, eliminate obstacles. Uh, uh, uh. Here's the thing. Now this one gonna be a little heavy. Hey, great evening. Oh, Pastor, bless you. Pastor Holly. Listen, here's the next thing. Stop getting comfortable with garbage. Stop getting comfortable with garbage. We are allowing everybody to allow us to be a receptacle of everything they want to throw on us. The reason why you're stuck is because you've allowed everybody to dump all their stuff onto you. You have nowhere to release it. And so you're holding a lot of garbage and baggage that don't even belong to you. Come on here, God. You have to get to a place where you stop accepting garbage. And this year, this was the year of the personal, which means because I need my healing and wholeness to manifest, because I need my vision and destiny to manifest, I can't afford to allow you to contaminate my year of the personal. I can't afford to allow you to contaminate my journey and my process because you just want to throw things onto me. I will no longer accept garbage. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. So what it means? I'm not reading garbage anymore. I'm not listening to garbage anymore. I'm not allowing you to dump your stuff onto me. Yes, I'll pray for you. Yes, I'll be a listening ear for you. But every time that I actually sit and I begin to actually listen to people, I always ask God to act. Don't let none of it penetrate me because I'm not a garbage receptacle. Yes, Melissa, take the trash out. I am not a garbage receptacle. What does that mean? I am going to be very cautious about what I allow to enter my space. This space is sacred. I control who has access to me. I control who has access to my space. You have to get to a place where it's you and God, and you don't allow anybody to taint what God's doing in you. Okay. All right. All right, I'm almost done. I didn't mean. This is my first day back. This is my first day back. I didn't mean his thing. The next thing is you got to stay up with your progress. If you know, this is some of you. We're talking about finishing well. If you know that you're still in the same spot you were in June and September, you need to reevaluate. Come on here, I'm talking to somebody. If you know that you're still in the same spot you were in June, that in September, you need to evaluate and evaluate quickly. We don't have time to waste. We need to finish this year well. We have one more quarter. We're in the third quarter. This is the last month of the third quarter. You got a couple of weeks left to reevaluate so that you can finish this year strong. Yes, you can. I came to be an encouragement. You can finish this year strong. But you got to be committed to do the work. You're not going to be able to finish just by osmosis. You're not going to be able to just finish just because you said, God, do it. You're not going to be able to just finish just because you get around other people that's finishing. And let me help you with this. Stop connecting to people because they're finishing well and think that's going to rub off on you. If you do not have the same resilience and perseverance and dedication that they have, they're going to be finishing. You're going to still be stuck. Okay. Okay. So you have to track your progress. Am I still where I was at the beginning? Because if I am, I need to reevaluate what I've been doing. Oh, God. Here's the last thing. You got to hold yourself accountable. You got to hold yourself accountable. I know you want to hold everybody else accountable, but you need to hold yourself accountable. You need to get in front of the mirror and you need to talk to you, have a little mirror time, and hold yourself accountable. Am I doing what I need to do for me? Because right now I'm seeing way too many posts. They don't support me. They don't sew into me. They don't post my stuff. They don't come to my stuff. They don't do this. They don't do that. They don't do this. They don't do that. But here's my question to you. What are you doing for you? You got to hold yourself accountable. You started off this year, you done y'all done got vision boards and all kinds of stuff. Y'all done wrote off. I got a vision board on my wall. A matter of fact, I literally just looked at it before I went on vacation to see how I was working on the things. I mean, when y'all talking about a vision board, I got a wall size vision board. And I had to look and I had to hold myself accountable. Shavana, have you been working on these things that you put on here? Because it's time out for doing stuff because it's cute. Come on here. It's time out for doing stuff because it's cute. Now I got to do it because I'm trying to finish well. Now I got to do it because I got a goal that I'm trying to reach. Now I got to do it because I owe it to me. Somebody need to type in the comments. I owe it to me to finish well. I owe it to me to finish well. I owe it to me to finish well. Yep, I sure do. I owe it to myself to finish well. I don't have a point to prove to nobody. I don't owe anybody no explanation. I don't have to prove any points to anybody. This is the assignment that God gave to my hand. This is the vision that God gave to my hand. This is the grace assigned to my life. This is the oil on my life. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I owe it to myself to finish well. That's right. I owe it to me to finish well. So you got to hold yourself accountable. No more excuses. You've given excuses all year long. Well, literally, we got 20 something days left in the month of September. No, what we got? What we got? No, I'm sorry, 18 days. We got 18 days left in September. My question is, what you gonna do with these last 18 days? What you gonna do with it? Before you need to make a decision before you enter this last quarter. Before you enter this last quarter, what do you need? What reevaluation, readjustments, and realignment do you need to do before you enter this fourth quarter? No more excuses. No more delays. No, this is my motto for the end of the year. No delays, no distractions, no detours. 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 Point blank, period. So I'll say to you again, what these next 18 days before you leave out of this month and step into the fourth quarter, what do you need to do to realign so that you can finish this year well? I've seen so many people complaining about how things ain't going the way they want them to. But when I ask them, what are you doing about it? They have so many excuses of what they can't do. So many excuses. I just gave you a whole bunch. I gave you some tips for the day. You might have to go back and watch the replay because you might got to let this sink in. You might got to let this sink in. No delays, no distractions, no detours. That's right. No delays, no distractions, no detours. And just because God changed the route does not mean that you're not making it to the finish line. He creates the journey. And some of us, the truth be told, some of us took on too much at the beginning of the year anyway, so he had to sift through to tell you what you was really supposed to work on. Some of you, he had to snatch stuff away from you so he could let you know this is what you were supposed to be working on all year. I know what you thought you were supposed to work on, but this is what you were supposed to work on all year. So I know you started off the year with 20 things on your plate, but that wasn't what I told you to do for 2023. So I had to realign you realign you and reorganize you. And I had to move some stuff off the plate. And you can revisit it next year. But there's some things I had to take off your plate this year because I didn't tell you to start off the year with it anyway. What do you do when you have you had a good intentions and that's why you took it all on? But when God says, I didn't tell you to do all that. I only told you to do this. What do? You readjust and do it God's way. So listen, I am super excited. God, I'm super excited to be back with you after a 4-week hiatus. So in case you don't know, welcome to Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. I am Dr. Shavana Whitehead, and I'm excited to be back. Listen, I want you to, if you're not connected, go down there to the bottom of the screen, www.shavanawhitehead.com. Click that subscribe button. Stay connected to me. Listen, on yesterday, we launched I'll Be Authentically You digital planner. I am super excited. 121 pages of a digital planner. It takes you to a journey of tap into your authentic self. And listen, the hard copy will be out October the 6th, so you can purchase the hard copy. Thank you so much, Pastor Holly. I love you. I love you. That's a powerful woman of God that I've literally looked up to for years. And listen, it also, don't forget, November the 11th, I need you to come out to the Thrive Chamber Encounter. I want you, November the 11th, it's going to be held at Mission Life Church. You can buy your tickets on our website right down there at the bottom of the screen. Tickets are $60 to spend the day with us. It's the Thrive Chamber Encounter. The flyer is on my page, but you can also see the information on our website and our events section. I want you to be my guest as we actually set the tone and posture you in prayer in the morning. And then we position you with teaching and tools in the afternoon. We have a fellowship luncheon, and then we push you to give birth in the evening time. And so I want you to be my guest again, November the 11th from 10 to 4. Be my guest at the Thrive Chamber Encounter. You can purchase your tickets right off of our website, www.shavanawhitehead.com. I want you to come out and hang in with me. I love you. I appreciate you. Stay connected because listen, everything that we do is always on our website. So if you stay connected, emails go out, newsletters go out, events go out, and then you can always go on there and shop our store. The t-shirts are there. The books are there. The ebooks are there. The planners are there. Listen, God is doing an amazing thing. And I'm going to finish strong and I'm going to finish well. So I hope that you are too. Thank you so much, Sandra. Love you much. So listen, $60. Register right down there, www.shavanawhitehead.com. Be my guest. Listen, they are already purchasing their registrations and they are coming on in the room. So I want to see you there. I want to see you there. So I love each and every one of you. And guess what? We are back. So guess what? Next week, Tuesday at 1 p.m., we will be right back here for Lunchtime Empowerment Talks with Dr. Vaughn. Again, I love you. I appreciate you. Have an amazing day in and on purpose.